In the wizarding world, a flick of the wrist can move mountains, or barely lift a suitcase. Most people sort wizards into two camps, good and evil. But that misses the real question: how powerful are they? Today, we're building the definitive power tier list of the Harry Potter universe, not by allegiance, not by morality, by raw magical capability. We'll climb from the magical middle class, people whose spells are basically kitchen appliances, all the way to beings whose very existence rewrites the rules of magic. Grab your wand. The ranking begins. Level D, the magical middle class. Most Hogwarts graduates never leave this tier. For them, magic isn't a weapon. It's a very fancy set of household tools. Their wand isn't a sword. It's a kitchen appliance. Gilderoy Lockhart, the poster child for Level D. Despite holding a professorship at the most prestigious magical school in Britain, Lockhart couldn't produce a reliable defensive charm to save his life. His one genuine skill, the memory charm, was honed through repetition, not mastery. Remove that spell from his arsenal, and you have a man who is, frankly, decorative. Stan Shunpike, the night bus conductor, your typical Level D representative. Stan knows how to navigate enchanted transport, conjure a thermos of tea, handle the everyday mechanics of magical life. Put him in the battle of the Department of Mysteries, he'd be a very expensive piece of furniture. The defining test of Level D: can they cast a reliable Protego? For most wizards at this rank, a duel isn't a tactical exchange. It's chaotic wand-waving and hoping the other person misses first. Level C. This is where magic becomes a profession. These are people whose survival depends on their spell work. They don't just know the theory of defensive magic, they can execute it under pressure. Their casting is fast, practiced, and standardized. They've drilled this many times. Harry Potter, years 4 through 6. This might be controversial, but hear it out. Harry is a remarkable fighter for his age and circumstances. His willpower and raw reaction speed are genuinely exceptional, but his actual spellbook is thin. Expelliarmus, Stupefy, Impedimenta. He wins duels through nerve, timing, and instinct, not through deep magical knowledge. In the context of the broader wizarding world, that makes him a very capable Level C, a fighter, not yet a master. The rank-and-file Death Eaters, Crabbe Sr., Goyle Sr., and their like. They know the unforgivables. They can apparate, but they operate from a script. Break their formation, remove the element of surprise, and a seasoned Auror cleans the room in under 2 minutes. The defining test of Level C: can they cast non-verbally and hold their own in group combat? A Level C wizard understands the theory of offense and defense. What they can't do yet is improvise at the level of matter and space. When the unexpected happens, they react. They don't adapt. That gap is what separates them from what comes next. We keep climbing. The higher you go, the less magic looks like shooting things out of a stick, and the more it starts to look like rearranging the world itself. Level B, the survivors of 2 wizarding wars. For a veteran, magic isn't a set of memorized formulas. It's a fluid, living language, spoken without thinking. The defining trait of this rank isn't raw power, it's multitasking. A Level B wizard holds a shield, launches a counterattack, and simultaneously shifts the terrain under your feet, all at once. Sirius Black and Remus Lupin. Watch how Sirius fights in the Department of Mysteries. He's laughing, genuinely enjoying himself. That's what magic looks like when it flows without friction. There's no concentration on his face. There's presence. Lucius Malfoy. Don't let the cowardice fool you. Lucius is an exceptionally trained duelist. He commands the dark arts with surgical precision, understands the etiquette of magical combat deeply. He sits at the very ceiling of Level B, but he lacks the spark, the recklessness, the hunger that would push him into what comes next. The defining test of Level B: combat apparition, not retreating, Repositioning. A level B wizard doesn't run from the battlefield. They vanish from one part of it and appear behind you before you've processed that they moved. Level A. This is where the word dangerous stops being an exaggeration and starts being an understatement. Elite wizards don't rely on the standard spellbook. They write their own. They bend transfiguration past its supposed limits. They turn a person's own mind into a cage. Severus Snape. He invented Sectum Sempra at school age, a spell so vicious it had no established countercurse for decades. He is one of only 2 people in recorded history to achieve unaided flight, which, strictly speaking, shouldn't be possible under conventional magical law. His occlumency is so refined that he deceived the most powerful legilimens who ever lived. For years, Bellatrix Lestrange. She's the most dangerous argument that technique doesn't require sanity. In the Department of Mysteries, she defeats Sirius Black, a level B veteran, while simultaneously running combat against 3 other opponents. Her magic is violent, adaptive, and completely without mercy. Minerva McGonagall. Mastery at its most controlled. She doesn't need to overpower you. She transforms the environment around you. The air becomes chains. The floor becomes an obstacle. The statues become soldiers. That is what transfiguration looks like at its absolute ceiling. The defining test of level A. Can they simultaneously defeat multiple level B opponents and walk away intact? Yes. Every time. Level S. The greatest wizards of the century. In all of recorded history, you can count them on one hand. At this level, the wand is a formality. They don't cast spells at you. They redirect what the universe is doing. Albus Dumbledore. He is the only living wizard Voldemort ever feared. Not respected, not avoided, feared. His power doesn't come from destructive magic. It comes from the deepest understanding of magic's nature. Ancient magic, love magic, binding contracts woven into the fabric of reality. His spells aren't louder than everyone else's. They're older, and they hold. Lord Voldemort. He went further into dark magic than anyone in history. Horcruxes, bodily transformation, unaided flight. He bent the boundary between life and death, and crossed it repeatedly. Where Dumbledore's power is precise and deep, Voldemort's is total and consuming. Pure destructive force given a face. The defining test of level S. Can they hold their own against an entire army of level C and B wizards? Alone? Yes. Level EX. The founders of Hogwarts. The creators of the Deathly Hallows. These are not powerful wizards. They are the architects of the world that powerful wizards inhabit. Their spells are still working. Right now, thousands of years after their deaths. The enchantments on Hogwarts, the defenses, the wards, the living magic embedded in its walls, were cast once by people who are long gone, and they haven't faded. That's not a power level. That's a different category of existence. Magic, it turns out, has very little to do with what's in your hand, and everything to do with how deep you're willing to look into the nature of things themselves. The wand is just the antenna. So, where would you rank? Drop it in the comments. And subscribe, because the next lesson at Hogwarts is going to be considered